Jillian, something like that. She wants us to clean statues, apparently. And yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten this quest. I really don't. What?
Hey,
excuse me?
Here. She's all by herself because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else. What? You mean you used to act like that too?
Of course. Who doesn't have imaginary friends?
So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination? Imagination. Oh, you must mean imagined friend, right? Why didn't you just say so?
Wait, what's the difference? Imagined, imaginary, I'm confused.
So, this imaginary friend of yours. Oh, seriously? So, imaginary friends just disappear when you... Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours. Hey, don't suppose your brother has an imaginary friend too?
Your brother has an imaginary friend too. That's funny.
No way! You guys, because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you guys could play it with just the 2 of you.
You could play it with just the 2 of you. It'd be fun.
Oh, Traveler. Fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Venti.
Tone deaf bard.
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new
Why does the thought of Lisa's contraptions make Paimon so nervous?
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Dangerous?
That's right. Looks like a monocle, but actually it's called a Nernama detector. Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also,
Huh? What?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder.
A childlike
sense
sense of wonder.
For it. If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
So, you can see them? Go on, tell us. What does his imaginary friend look like?
That would be telling. Anyway, it's all yours now, Traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
So it does work for you two.
Paimon wants to see? Wait, but this gizmo isn't in Paimon's size.
Paimon size?
Alright then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground. Let's go see what everyone's imaginary friends look like.
This actually is a really cute storyline.
From the flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
They're floaty-headed. That's a new one. I hadn't heard that one before. Oh. Let's go talk to her.
There it is! Behold, a floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora! A bloaty floaty!
Wait, imaginary friends can be plants now?
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard. Sure, how can I help? Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him.
It's adorable.
Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
No fair. Everyone hates feeling left out.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together. You gotta admit that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I get it.
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call it. I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures. I think his name was Stanley. Stanley's an adventurer, and you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories. The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt. He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to—
That sounds like a fun idea for next.
Flora's a pretty mysterious kid.
grew up together.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
We're interrogating children.
Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge?
Yeah, the little guy that's obsessed with pigeons. A ruined card. I forgot that that's his friend. That's hilarious.
No way!
Well, that is unexpected.
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard? Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
What say we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being?
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line? Seriously? Oh, alright then. How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
I mean, she does say it a lot.
Children
And
are
several
not
times I've died
open-minded.
because of it.
Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Ah, fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
I feel like I would just want to put the glasses on or whatever that the thing that they have, and just walk around and see what you see. Wait.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss out on half the fun.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're being deliberately uncivil.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the trash, is that it?
You gotta love their sibling banter.
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his mansion, or maybe you...
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so? Then I trust you were most swift indeed to part with a certain vase?
Sorry, I have no recollection.
That's odd. Master D-Luke, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A beautiful one, unmistakable in fact.
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups don't appear to have them.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up?
That is kind of
Okay,
depressing to
well,
think about.
Paimon, for one, never wants to grow up.
This raises an interesting question. At what age exactly do people's imaginary friends disappear? Let's go and check.
We're gonna go check on Ellen, aren't we?
How about
Isn't her imaginary friend Jean? I'm pretty sure her imaginary friend is Jean.
Uh-oh. Well, Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary.
Yeah, I thought so.
Jean? What is Jean doing here? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend? Yeah, she's so conscientious. It's terrible.
Oh, hello. What are you guys doing?
Are you always training here?
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventures. It was incredible. It got me really pumped up. I hope I can be as outstanding as him one day.
I'm confused. She seems honestly older than like Amber and the Traveler. So how is it that she's not a knight of Favonius yet? Or an adventurer for that matter. Like, she seems a lot older than us.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously I want to become a knight. And if I got to go on an adventure with Jean herself, well, even better.
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
Huh, thanks. I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang out with the honorary knight. Would you join me for how can I smash all these training dummies at once?
Unfortunately, I don't really have the character I want for this, but maybe we can...
You're in for a little shock. Blitz.
Really? That didn't do anything? Really? So I can destroy one.
Shame. Didn't... How can
Hang
I smash
on.
all these training dummies at once?
Give me a minute. I need to switch Traveler back
This
into
world
here.
is full of unsolved.
Yes, we know.
So that's how to do it. I'm impressed.
You know, I don't like doing that when I
Thank
have
you.
to for a daily,
It's
let
clear I
alone
still have a
now.
long way to go in my training.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the pro at this already.
Well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my fitness needs some work.
Ellen, she's our girl. If she can't do it...
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here but I'm so sore from training. Honorary Knight, could you deliver a message to Jack for me? He's gone adventuring at the Temple of the Lion with Stanley. Stanley's a truly legendary... We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans. Could you... Great! Thank you so much.
Okay, let's go talk to peeps. Wait a second. Is there really just a random chest over here? There is!
Is this an answer from this world?
Random. Okay. Did it not track? No, it's there. Why did I not see it on the map then? Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. It's fine. Man. Great Adventurer Stanley. Oh, what does it want? It wants Cryo in the party? Yeah, I'm just gonna go without it. Thanks, though.
The Temple of the Lion? We explored this place once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident. Seems like it's now a hot spot for adventurers. That can only mean one thing. Looks like we can't go any further. We didn't bag all the loot last time!
Not to worry. Allow me. Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
Ah, yes, getting to use Venti when, you know, you don't have him. Ever.
Windblade!
Well, that was fun. Ooh.
No escape!
I have some for you too.
Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would. I'll catch up.
Really, you're still alive? Alright. Yeah, but I want to go get the chest. So. Ooh. It's got a potato.
Hey, are those guys?
What the heck?
Think you can get away?
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Talk to you guys in a minute.
I was so sure I was about to die.
To be fair, that could have gone either way. So, you must be Jack the Adventurer, I assume?
Yes. Who are you?
Actually, we came looking for you.
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll join you some other time.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me, and then had to rescue me.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that I, Stanley, couldn't have dealt with by myself.
Whoa, you are Stanley? You were that legendary adventurer?
The
Renowned
not so
in all
legendary
Mondstadt,
adventurer?
who once set foot in the Mare Javari?
What even is the Mare
Very
Javari? Like, I'm genuinely curious now.
I must say, it's an honor to meet one as legendary as yourself. Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back or head further inside?
Well, I think you're now in the safe hands of Stanley, the great explorer and legend of Mondstadt. In which case, why head back now?
Okay, motion passed by unanimous consent. Let's head further in.
Yay!
I'm guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Can I land over here?
Attitude says maybe you don't got that. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Manjavari.
Enough already! Ugh! Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
It's true, though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? Where was I?
You and your partner reached the Merjavari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Precisely! There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The Merjavari. Suddenly, my partner was caught in a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more, where the gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
Poor guy. How could that happen?
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure.
Why
But
would that be the
whatever
greatest
happens,
adventure?
No adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
That's right. To die in a place where the wind blows, and to have your spirit carried back to Mondstadt on the wind, that's the dream.
Yeah. Although, the most I can aspire to right now is beginner's commissions, like clearing out the slimes clogging up the sewers.
You shouldn't die in a place with no wind. Why do they keep going on about that? Is that why Stanley thinks the Merjavari is the most terrifying place in the world? Because there's no wind there?
I mean, probably. That does seem to be what he said, is it not?
Bet you can't keep up with me. Get him.
Time for takeoff.
Time to clean up.
Prepare to be blown away.
Okay.
Traveler, I believe I've made a small discovery. Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
Ha 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 ha.
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend?
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face. You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self? Interesting idea. But it...
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Bye, Stanley.
Nah, it's just a...
Do you two still have time to spare?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The Sword of Brilliant Valor and the Shield of Magnificent Honor. I don't know whether you believe me, but apparently, both the sword and shield are still right here in Mondstadt, over in Dadaupa Gorge.
Isn't this where, like, he was
Since
making
you
it
guys
up?
are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these two legendary weapons? I don't know. Outstanding if I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, maybe they'll find... Right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited. And my... So, what do you say? Help a guy out?
I mean...
I can't bring myself to tell...
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out. Venti, you...
I don't know.
Oh, one other thing. I have a bottle of rare vintage wine that I had someone fetch for me a couple years ago. Help me
Oh
find
yeah,
these weapons,
just
and it's
ask,
all
just
yours.
give Venti wine and he'll literally do anything you ask.
Dadaupa Gorge, was it? Let's hurry. There's no time.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Oh, it's actually not that far from here, is it? Yeah, some, it looks like. I'm at 9,000. It's holding steady now, but guess we'll find out if it stays that way.
Including our internet being somewhat unstable, because I noticed like it only happened on Saturdays.
Well, it could be our internet because Genshin is it's telling me also that my internet's not the best.
What?
Yeah, Genshin.
Sounds like your computer.
Oh, maybe.
Why would Genshin be telling you to download, not upload?
I have no idea.
I'll race you the...
You uploading something to my house?
No. The only thing I could think of is that I might be running too many things in Chrome. Because I do have Hulu open, Twitch open, Instagram open, Twitter open.
But that doesn't affect your internet.
Oh, then I don't know, honey. What am I even looking for?
Hey, that bunch of hilly churls. Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the Sword of Brilliant Valor, surely. Hey!
This is a very small area for this, guys.
Try not to enjoy this too much. I knew I
What
should've
just
stayed
happened?
home.
Lo and behold, the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
Oh.
Are you sure? Looks kinda basic to Paimon, and a little. Why would Hilichurls be bowing down before?
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these Hilichurls were already celebrating.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic,
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an anemo crystal fly? If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite crystal dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back. It's the brilliant ray of light.
You're right.
Let's scout around. It's definitely.
There's somebody there.
Stanley? What's he doing here?
He's acting so.
What happened? Why did you...
Huh? Oh,
What? Where?
Maybe another time.
Let's go find the next one. Oh, that's right, she died. Forgot about that. We're gonna cut a deal with the Hilichurl.
Lo and behold, the shield of magnificent honor.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's a chunk of wood.
That chunk of wood!
A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached. Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this is none other than the shield of magnificent honor. Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that, though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood left to bleed? Such magnificent...
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long.
Well, I mean, if you're using them, they wouldn't.
Well, maybe if we ask nicely. Ahem. Excuse... Well, okay. You take it from here. Hope you've picked up some Hilichurlian by now. If not... Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate that.
Ooh, I'm making him mad.
Oh no. Windblade. Hey, he dropped the shield of
He
Guys,
dropped it
thank
and
you so
ran.
much. I can't believe... Mom, Dad, check out the...
Hey, wait! The wine! You promised! And I actually... What are you doing here, Stanley?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh? You
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise. We were also helping a friend look.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud. Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as—
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Dada-Upa Gorge. You've fought battles here before, after all.
You better believe it. I can navigate.
Wow. Then I admire your perseverance and your memory.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me.
He's such a
You
fake.
guys had better. I'll get back to my
My stroll.
now.
I'm going for a
Goodbye.
stroll. That's definitely what's happening, right?
guilty conscience
We're
much?
strolling.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging to Jack, should he? Although, on further reflection, I must say I'm intrigued. Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead. I wonder, if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future, which way would they go?
What are you talking about?
I'm just musing. Anyway, I propose we take a trip to Angel's Share tonight.
Is that the name of the tavern? I'll be honest, I've never paid attention.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of a second Stanley.
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Meljabari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen, because your life—
Does anyone get what's going on here?
I think our friend really did make it to the Meljabari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place is because he stole the other Stanley's name?
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you adventure stories at every opportunity.
Yeah, this has always been a sad
Must
quest.
live. Stanley reached the center of the Meljabari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. Getting too old. Now, are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes! We're busted!
I mean, we're literally sitting here not doing anything. Like, that's it.
Go away. Save your questions. Just
But...
leave now. Don't make me tell you.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and—
Oh,
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
that's wonderful. So,
The fakes.
Is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your—
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place. Stanley, Oh, you're drunk again. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Yay, stories! I'm sure they're real, right?
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack. Jack.
Jack left.
Oh, I see. Well,
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure, unblemished. I'm just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of potential.
A brand new shining
I
star.
cannot allow his dreams to be crushed.
Hey.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure stories and experiences. They're all true, aren't they?
Stories, experiences. What's the point of them anymore? To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all, and my biggest fear. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew at all. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior. And that image has held him captive his entire life.
That's really unfortunate.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, so much. I'm completely and utterly worthless. No adventurer should have to go that way.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari.
Jeez.
I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
Huh?
Ah, Venti, you really are a good god.
I can't believe it. Thank you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down. But I think that I'm gonna be okay.
I do love it when Venti actually goes like full Barbados.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation.
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
Oh, he is the best god.
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He promised me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him out, remember? I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it? Hey, Tone Deaf Hey!
So he has two usual places. So I'm wondering if it's, okay, so it's this one. We're going to the top of the hands. It's usually either Windrise or it's his statue sitting on his hands. Yep, sitting on the hands. Those are like the two places that are the usual places. It's funny because they say it like, oh, there's only one, but no, there's two. Just depends on which one he chooses to go to.
You made it. Fine.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? We looked everywhere.
Actually, we didn't. I went right over here.
So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collector's edition vintage, when actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider.
Ah, it's disappointing.
This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant, who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane.
Jeez.
Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right? You mentioned it before.
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms.
Decarabian.
Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you do now?
Yup. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend. In old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant
I actually
ruled.
love this
I met
story.
A boy, not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom. And we watched as his great tower fell none too soon.
Looks like
Mondstadt began
Diluc.
anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Yes, of course! The suspense is killing, Paimon! Now's the time you suddenly get a craving for apples? Really?
Getting a little peckish or...
Paimon's had it up to here with you!
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments like this always take me back. Back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
This is why Venti's my favorite. Venti will always be my favorite.